again, we continue with the third part. Frani, I will be happy to hear from you the reasons why the businesses fail during the first year, so we can all learn from the experience of the other companies and don't repeat the same mistakes.
I love that. Thank you so much, Svetla, for that little introduction there. I think there's 20 top reasons why businesses fail, and a lot of them fail in the first year. Fear is number one. I think that, you have an idea, you're starting your plan, and then all of a sudden, fear hits, but you're not sure why. You've stopped. You don't know what is causing the problem for you to not move forward. And, I've been there. I understand there's a lot of different reasons, but fear has to become an acronym for, fun and energy and, just making it a fun word and an acronym so that fear is not fear. If you don't have fear, you can replace it with faith. If you have faith in yourself, faith in God, faith that you can do it, faith in your skill set, faith that, you were given this idea to actually achieve. So this is really, really important for people to understand that fear has to become faith and you can move forward. Another one is no business plan. No plan of action, then plan to fail. You have to understand that you can't just say, gee, I just learned this and I'm going to start doing it. Yes, but you still need a business plan no matter what you do. You need to know what your mission is. You have to have a strong enough why. Why am I doing this? What is the purpose of my company? What is the purpose inside me of what I want to do? Is it to provide for my child or children or my retirement or for my success or my happiness? You have to have an understanding of what's motivating you. I think that's really important too. So not having a strong enough why. Sometimes you have a cushy job, you've got the salary, too much risk to start a side hustle or a side business, and then you lose your job. So then you've got the strong enough why. Your why becomes, yikes, I only had one source of income. I should have 5. I hear about this all the time, but I don't know how to do it. Now I'm stuck. I need to figure out what I need to do. So, you have to have the strong enough why, and you have to understand that you're never comfortable with just one income stream or working for just one company. So figure it out and understand that, you have these skill sets that you can utilize in so many different ways. So don't be afraid to use them and don't be afraid to take the first step. The fourth one is not clear on your product or service. What is my product or what is my service? What should I be selling? What should I be doing? What should I be teaching? These are all things that you need to understand and have a clear understanding in writing about what service you want to provide or what product you want to sell. So those are really important things to understand. Number 5 is not clear about your target market. You want to be everything to everybody. You can't be a jack of all trades because then you're a master of nothing. You have to have a focus. You have to have a target audience. Do you want 20 somethings? Do you want 30 somethings? Do you want 40 somethings? And they could be single people, okay? Then do you want divorced people in their 40s? Or do you want married people with businesses? You have to understand who is the avatar, who is the customer, and figure out your target market. Number 6 is basically getting more clarity about who your ideal customer is. Their age, their demographics, where they live, what they drive, their children's ages, how long they've been in business, what kind of business they have, just all the details, every detail you can possibly imagine that you can put down. And then when you look at it, and also what is their problem? What problem are you going to try to solve? That's the most important thing to do is, what kind of problem does this person have? So you go through everything and you find out, okay, I know who it is. I know what I want to sell. I figured it out. Now I've got to put my strategy together. So that's really, really important to know that. And then what sets you apart from your competition across the street? So not having a clearly defined USP. What is your unique selling proposition? It's something that, could be great customer service. It could be easy returns. It could be, money back guarantees. I mean, there's so many different things that you can think of for your USP that makes you maybe different that that the other companies do not offer. And then if they do offer it, you've got to have better service or better something that you can create that will give give your client a heads up or make them understand that you are different than the company across the street. So the other one is number 9, unrealistic projections. Sometimes underestimating your finances or what it's going to take to get the company off the ground, or not being able to get the funding that you need to get the project started. So that's also something that, when you don't do the projections right and then you run out of funds, it's like, yikes, now I have to go and find a new, angel investor or a new this or a new that. And all of a sudden you're diluting the earnings of your company where you had 100% control and ownership. And now you might have 50% or 49% or 51% or 70%, whatever it is, but you're giving away the most important thing you have, which is, your intellectual property or whatever kind of company you have. So that's really important to understand. And then number 10, I guess, needing to launch that idea, you need to not just think about it. You really have to see, okay, I thought about it, and now I need to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to get this off the ground? So you really, really, really need to figure things out and understand what's required to get it going. So to launch it, that's something that you need to figure out and just move forward. The other thing is you don't have the skill set to run the business. So without a skill set to run your business, like if you're a physical education major, then you're running an office supply company. You can't run a company if you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the right people, key people, and you don't know who the key people are. So a lot of things I see the skill sets to run the company. They have the idea for the product, but they don't have business sense. They could be a hairdresser or a barber or basically a delivery service or whatever. And they've got the idea, but they used to drive in a UPS truck, and now they want to compete with UPS, but they want to do it just on a local market instead of internationally. But they don't understand what it takes to become that delivery company. What are they going to need? What skills? Just so much things that go into it, that people may have the skill set to be good at what they're doing, working for another company, but not to start their own company. So those are things, the limitations that you may or may not know about on your own, that maybe you need to talk to somebody and make sure you're really crystal clear about what you really need to get into a business. And that's why working with a business coach is a really important idea, and putting together the plan and then assessing the skill sets. And there's different places that you can get the skill set assessment. So a good business coach will help you with all of that stuff. The other thing is no support team for questions. The biggest thing I see with small businesses is you need a board of advisors, somebody that you can throw an idea at and they could say, oh, this is never going to work, or that's a brilliant idea. Now, how are we going to execute? So if you don't know how to execute something, you've got the idea and you sit on it, but you don't execute. It's going to be a failure. It's losing opportunities or losing your niche or losing whatever you need to become successful. And that board can be a sounding board for you. Usually they're unpaid. You can go to them. They can be once a month or once a quarter. You can change it around if you need to. Sometimes you just stick with the 3. It's usually another business owner that is not in your industry, but complements and is very successful and knows a lot about the marketing plans and everything else. Then usually an accountant and an attorney. Sometimes the accountant and attorney can be interchangeable. And then you could have one other person, which could be, like a marketing person or somebody that is still unpaid, but really, really good at what they do, a volunteer, maybe from the university or something like that, where you can go into a university and pull somebody that's getting their master's degree and have them come as an unpaid consultant to help you with different ideas. So there's so many different ways, or maybe even your growth association has people that will help you, or the university a lot of times might have, strategic planning classes or something like that, where those are going to be invaluable people to get your hands on for free. So you got to think out of the box and look for free, because free advice is there everywhere. The other one is lack of marketing, which we went into before, and there's some ideas on without having the marketing, leads to number 14, no sales. Lack of marketing, no sales, the wrong people, not the right sales people, then your business is going to fail. So you have to be able to execute, get your marketing, get your sales together, and that's basically the company. So without your marketing, you are not going to be successful. So you need to know who you're marketing to, and have to know how to market. The other thing is, for sales, marketing generates sales. So without sales, company's going to fail. So you might have the best idea in the world, but you can't execute. You, even though you have a plan, you're not executing. You don't have the marketing. You're not going to get the sales. You're going to fail. Number 15 is no clarity on key positions needed in the company. Either you've got too many employees, or you're trying to do everything, and maybe just a part-time virtual assistant is something that you need. And it could be a college student that can help you with your social media stuff. And maybe they do it for college credit. Maybe they do it for, whatever, a nominal amount, or maybe a good review from you, so that when they go out, they can say, I work for XYZ company and I implemented their, social media strategies, blah, 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 blah. And amazing, you'll have amazing results. So there's so many different ways to think out of the box. The other thing there is, my father, when he was the solopreneur, he could have gone to and I didn't know this at age 5, okay, a technical vocational school to pull kids out, to have them, using their skill sets, where he could train them a little bit more into the actual practice of how to do this or how to do that. That would have alleviated a lot of his time. So he could have had, 2 hours in the day to actually plan his strategies for something else, or spend time with his family, or do something a little bit different, because he had someone to assist him in some of the things that he needed to get done for that day or that week. So, and the kids get great reviews and great experience hands-on, which is really important. So many ways to think out of the box, guys, so many ways. The other thing is the big turnover in sales, the big turnover in your sales team. There's no clarity. You haven't given them the right compensation plan. You're not recognizing them. They are the lifeblood of your company. A good sales team will skyrocket you to success if they have the idea of what are we selling? You know, what's the mission statement? Do we have the clarity? Do we have the vision? Do we have the right training? Do we have the key people in place? If you've got people that complain all the time about, oh, there's just no business out there. Oh my God, there's business everywhere. Okay. So you just have to understand the right mindset too is really important for your sales team. So as a leader, you have to have a lot of things going on and a lot of strengths that you need to pull on to motivate people and get your team together to have the same clarity, same vision, same training, same everything, and same opportunities, plus the right compensation plan where maybe they get bonuses for, you know, reaching their target goals. And you work with them on their target goals to make sure that everybody's on the same page. You know, if the target is 25,000 a quarter or 25,000 a week or 25,000 a day, whatever your goal is, put it down in writing, figure out what that takes, how many phone calls, whatever way you do your strategies. What you have to be clear on your strategies too. And you have to get people that are creative, but creative people that know how to close. And that's something that, I don't know, I guess, I don't want to say natural born salesperson, but I'm fearless when it comes to knocking on doors or doing whatever it takes to get the job done. You have to have that attitude that you have something to offer. They have pain. You have the solution for that pain. And you are going to provide the best service in the world and the best products in the world to get them out of that pain situation. So again, mindset. And then the other one is number 16, big turnover in sales. Okay, number 17, failure to see new opportunities. You know, every single day there are new opportunities out there, and you have to be willing to see them and open your eyes and say, it's not an obstacle. Like when COVID hit, what an opportunity for so many companies. But a lot of companies failed. They didn't see it, they gave up. That's what happens. And number 18, it doesn't work, so you give up. How many times have I started and realized, okay, strategically reposition, this isn't working. Every entrepreneur out there will find things that don't work. Okay, something that doesn't work. Today we had problems with our transmission and things like that, and my battery is dying on something here. So you know, we're making sure that we give you all the information we can and taking care of it so that there's no noise in the background like there was before. And before the battery runs dead, everything's going to be fine. And I've got to get the charger out. But, you know, you see this as an opportunity. I'm not going to give up. We're going to get this done one way or the other. I'll switch devices and we will continue to go on. But when the going gets tough, the tough get going and the weak drop out. That's just something that, it was something that somebody told me a long, long time ago, and it just stuck in my mind. So number 19, not viewing the obstacles as opportunities to change and grow. And that's pretty much self-explanatory. Number 20, mindset. You're not tough enough. I will do this no matter what. I will find a way. Never give up on your dreams. So those are the top 20, you know, real quick. There's more, but 20 is enough to show you that, to show you what you need to know and what you need to do, and that you can overcome. It just, you got to do it. And you have to want it. So thank you, Svetla.
Thank you, Frani, for sharing with us.